Good afternoon. Uh, we can explain about the literary flow that happened through history. That it can be defined in three principal parts, and we're gonna explain each characteristic about
Well,
them.
good morning. I'm going to talk about the Mexican Grandeur or Renaissance Mexicana of Bernardo Balbuena. The Mexican Grandeur talks about all the characteristics of the Mexico City and describes the city and in a beautiful way because he loves the city of Mexico. The point of view of Bernardo Balbuena was that he thinks that Mexico is a beautiful city and he described the city in a poetic way. The type of vocabulary that he used is that he used many adjectives and poetic language because it was a like he wants to describe the city in a beautiful way and use a lot of good adjectives to describe the city. And the message presented by the author was like hope and love to the Mexico City. He wants to use a language that describes the city with hope and love. And that is all. Thank you, teacher.
I'm going to explain the book The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. It was written by Mark Twain, and it's about the adventures of Tom Sawyer, which is a kid living by the riverbank of the Mississippi. And the theme in the text treats about boyhood rebellion and social and moral maturation. And as the novel progresses, you can see the kid Tom Sawyer get into really bad situations. He is childish, but as the story progresses, he starts to mature and he finds himself in predicaments in which he must put others before him, and he also takes initiative to help others and become friends with other people instead of just using them. The point of view of the author is that Mark Twain based the whole story in his childhood living by the Mississippi. The character of Tom Sawyer and also Huckleberry Finn, those two are based in him and one of his friends when he was a child. The vocabulary he uses lots of adjectives to describe the actions and the characters, and he also uses neologisms. These are present in the phrases he uses to express the character's emotions. These are phrases that are used by the Mississippi of the region. The message presented by the author. The author really presented a message of enjoying life and also of maturation, because even if Tom Sawyer makes lots of trouble, at the end he always ends up fixing the trouble and learning from his.
The text I choose is The Tree of Knowledge by Pío Baroja, and it's part of the generation of '98. And the theme of the text is that the story narrates the story of Andrés Hurtado, that starts his medical studies, and he gets married with Lulu, and they hope also Lulu get pregnant. But at the time of they give to birth, she suffer an hemorrhage and she dies with the baby. And the point of view of the author is that this book is the most finished and complete of all mine. This was a words explicit of Pío Baroja, and he loves and catalog this text like his favorite one. The type of vocabulary he uses a lot of comparisons and technique makes pleasure for the uninterrupted succession of events, the abundance of secondary characters, the skillful articulation of critical situations, and the descriptive imprecisions. And the message present by the author is the hope by the pregnancy of his wife and the death at the final story when the baby dies with Lulu.
La Parcela is a dispute between two men that are fighting for Monte de los Precios. This conflict goes between Don Pedro Ruiz, the main character of the novel. This is a humble person that becomes one of the most richest on Citlala. He comes from a Native American family. Then there is the antagonist, Don Miguel Diaz. It's all the opposite of Don Pedro Ruiz. He's a more mean person, he's a wide and tall person. The vocabulary that Jose Lopez Portillo Rojas uses in this novel is using more adjectives to have a more rich sense of text, and it can be more interesting when reading it. The message presented by this author is telling us that either if you choose to be good or bad way, you can see the person doing the bad things always having everything in his favor, thinking that he's going to win, but at the end, the person doing the right thing, that's justice, ends up winning.
Our team conclusion about this part of the activity is that we can see that there are different characteristics that contain each different work that we have chosen from the different authors of the literary genre.